So welcome back to another video. So we have Way of the Hunter Part 2 coming out, I think pretty recently, within the next couple of months. So I went ahead and I made a wish list, things I want to see in the game. So these are not in order, but I probably will do like more of the simple things and then go into like the things that I want more in-depth explanation on later in the video. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's just get right into it. So better vehicles. Let's just be honest, the vehicles in Way of the Hunter Part 1 are not the best. We have the side-by-sides and the Jeeps. The Jeeps are not necessarily even like proportional, I would say. I feel like they're kind of big. The side-by-sides are not that bad. They look good. It's just the physics of the engine don't really allow the vehicles to stand out that much. But I like the storage aspect of the vehicles. I like that you can go in first person and all that. There's even like a radio thing. I don't really use it much, but there's like a horn, basic stuff like that. It's not bad, but in this game with the new engine and all that, I want to see better vehicles, better physics with the vehicles. And in the second trailer, I think it was for Way of the Hunter Part 2, I'm pretty sure we got a glimpse of the better physics when like the truck comes off of the bridge and it hits the end of the bridge. It looks like there's some better suspension physics, which I think it's kind of obvious, like it's on a new engine, so I think they will improve that. But maybe like, well, I'm gonna actually get that out of the way, go more in depth towards like the later things. So let's get right to the next one. Better physics. So that kind of ties into the better vehicles, but I'm talking about like better character movement, better just in-world physics, like brush moving, like when you're walking around, you're able to knock down like little trees pretty much and shrubs and stuff like that with the vehicles. Not you hit a little bush and it completely stops your Jeep that you're driving. That doesn't really make sense, but I get it. It was on an older engine, whatever. So I want to see stuff like that, better physics. Maybe even like swimming physics, better, definitely like better character moving physics. Like maybe we can even fall down and get hurt and stuff like that. Maybe even like a third person. We don't have a third person. We have a third person in like the vehicle, but not on like our character. So maybe even like a third, I don't know with that, but just, I want to see better physics in the world. Maybe animals like tripping over. Dude, that would be crazy. Like imagine you shoot a deer, because in real life they do that. Like if you shoot a deer and they take off, they'll like trip and then they're sliding all over the place. Dude, that would be nuts. Oh my God, I just thought of that. That would be wild if they caught like the panic that like when you shoot an animal, they're going to panic and slide around, and that would be crazy if they could do that. Animals just tripping over thing, just better physics in the world. And yeah, that would be pretty cool. So let's get into the next thing, something new. So I'm gonna kind of get into this. So with the second trailer, there's comments that's pretty much talking about this just being Way of the Hunter plus a dog, plus like pretty much on just a new engine. So pretty much kind of like a reskin with the dog DLC. With something new here that I wrote down, we need, I'm not going to give like a specific thing, but it needs to feel like, okay, like this is a new game. We're not just on like a reskinned plus like a dog DLC Way of the Hunter. It feels new. It feels modern. There's something that's like, okay, that justifies the price, that justifies the wait, and them actually calling it a new game, something that justifies it, something that we haven't seen in a hunting game before. We need something new. They're on a new engine. They're talking about being realistic and all that. And yeah, so, and not just the dog, by the way, they're really focusing on the dog. I hope that's not, hopefully we get more in the next trailer, but I'm not talking about just the dog, something new, because we already had that in Call of the Wild. I know that that's a different game, but we are kind of comparing, because let's be honest, if you are on Way of the Hunter, you probably cross over between those two games. So we've already seen dogs in hunting games. We need something new, something. And by the way, that's not like a crazy ask. There's a lot of things that like, hunting is a massive thing. Like they can add something simple like a trail camera. They could add those. I don't think any other hunting game has that. And by the way, like if it does, I don't know about it. So it would be new for me and probably new for a lot of other people. And if it is on a hunting game, it's probably on an older hunting game. So it'll be refreshed and revived and stuff like that on like a modern engine. So yeah, just it's hunting. It's a massive hobby, if you will. I don't necessarily want to call that just a hobby. I feel like hunting is more of a hobby. Some people hunt just for hobby. Some people hunt for food. Whatever. There's sport. It's just a massive thing. There's a ton of new stuff that they can add with this. So that shouldn't be a problem. Immersive gameplay, that's the next one. So they're really focusing on the realistic aspect of the game. So we're not putting pressure on them for the game to be realistic. I kind of feel like Way of the Hunter Part 1 kind of set that up. That was like the thing that they were going for. Way of the Hunter is like more of a realistic hunting game. Call of the Wild is more of a, I would say, run and gun hunting game, even though you can kind of do that probably easier actually on Way of the Hunter. But Way of the Hunter is, I feel like, more of a realistic game, obviously, than Call of the Wild, I would say. And on this new game, they're doubling down. I'm pretty sure it was in their description of the first or the second trailer, but they're focusing on realism. Okay, we're not putting the pressure on you. You're putting the pressure on yourselves, which is fine. I love Way of the Hunter because it is more realistic. So that's going to be awesome. But I feel like now that they're saying that, we can kind of ask for things and hope that there will be certain things in the game because they are going for more of the realistic aspect. So I don't know, for some examples, maybe like, I don't know, like gas in vehicles. I know it's a simple thing. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me see. Okay, let me actually just talk about this. Maybe I've been thinking about this, and I'm very curious to see what you guys want with this. Yeah, maybe like a different harvesting system. Because I'm pretty sure it's either save or harvest when you shoot an animal. You click the button or you hold it down. I'm pretty sure you just click it, and then boom, the animal disappears, and you get your money. Well, fine. I'm not necessarily mad about that. But I feel like with them kind of going with more of the realistic route and doubling down with this game, I feel like we can ask a little bit more from that aspect. And I feel like it's kind of modern day. We're on a new engine. It would be cool if you can either like harvest the animal yourself. Like it doesn't even have to be super in depth. You could just do like a quick little animation. And maybe put it on like the back of an ATV or the back of your truck and then haul it back to like your hunting camp or your lodge or something like that. That would be awesome. Or just something like that. Maybe you drag it, I don't know, back to your camp. Maybe you can, I don't know. Maybe you could just put the whole animal on your vehicle and then drive it back to the lodge. And then maybe like it disappears on that or something. Something just a little bit more immersive. With that, I'm very curious to see what you guys think about that, because like on most hunting games, it's you kill it, you accept it, and you get your money and XP, which is fine. But it would be cool if you can, like, I don't know, harvest it yourself or bring it even to a butcher or something like that. Or imagine if you did kill it and you got like the trophy aspects of the animal. Let's say it's a massive moose, you just cut the horns off. What if you left the carcass there or something, and like wolves and bears and stuff like that eat on the carcass? Dude, that would be wild. Like, I'm just thinking of things off the top of my head. I didn't even like write that down or anything. So it's like, if they actually think about this, there's a ton of different ways they can make this more immersive if they actually try and put in the effort. And I'm not being like weird about that either. I know that's probably a ton of work to have a carcass in game getting eaten by other animals. That's like, I couldn't even imagine how you would even like write that into a game. That's like Red Dead Redemption level stuff right there. But stuff like that would be cool. A weather system. I'm pretty sure we saw that in the second trailer. Maybe like, dude, imagine if you're just in like a tree stand or something and you got like, it's like super realistic weather. Like the trees are swaying, you know, the bushes are swaying and stuff like that. You got squirrels running up around the tree. You have like a ton of different noises. You got like birds and squirrels and, you know, stuff walking like decently far away. You can't see, you know, just stuff like that to immerse you into the world. There's so many things that they can do with it. Like I said, gas, a better weather system. And again, I would like to see something with like the harvest. Like either you take the animal back to the lodge, because hold on, let me get through this and then I'll kind of dive in a little bit more on that, because that's a super interesting topic to me, and I really want to see what you guys think about that. So let me get into the next thing, fish. I'm fine with them not even letting us like actually catch the fish. Just have the fish in the water. Like it doesn't even have to be anything crazy detailed or anything like that. Just have fish swimming in the water. If you're gonna have clear water, and especially in these places where there are like lakes and rivers and ponds and stuff like that, there's going to be fish in them. So just have little animated fish down there swimming around that we don't even have to interact with. They could just be there. Something that adds a little bit more to the water, because the water is kind of basic in the game anyway. And right here, movable brush. I feel like I already talked about that, but yeah, just limbs that move around when you're either driving or crouched. You're walking around. Your dog, you know, takes off in a certain direction on like a little trail or something, and you see like the brush move. Whatever, anything like that. ATVs and boats. So ATVs would be pretty cool. Like imagine there's like a spot that's super remote, like in the mountains or something, that you really can't get to with a bigger vehicle, and it would take forever to get there on foot. You just take an ATV. Like that'd be really cool. And with the better physics, if they do have better physics, that would be just a whole adventure in and of itself, getting up there and hunting and all that. It would be super cool. And boats, this again doesn't have to be super in depth, but if you have a massive lake and your lodge is on one side, instead of having to walk all the way around or drive all the way around, you could just have a boat cut right across or go up the river into the mountains. That would be super cool. And they don't have to make it like crazy in-depth, super detailed boat. The wakes look crazy. They don't have to do all that. It could just be like a simple thing to kind of get us from point A to B. Especially if they are going to have a lot of water on the map, water travel would be really cool. So yeah, with like the more immersive gameplay, I would like to hear in the comments if you guys want like more of a realistic game, which is what they're going for, which I feel like if you're on Way of the Hunter anyway, you want more of a realistic feel, because you're not on Call of the Wild. I like both games personally, but I do like the realistic aspect of Way of the Hunter. And if they can hone in on the realistic aspect, that would be cool. I love playing games realistically, and hunting is awesome. Like it would be like you can have something simple. Like I said, putting the animal back on the back of like your ATV or on the back of your truck or something like that. Or if you're walking around, let's say with your dog or something, and you're hunting squirrels or rabbits, you can like put them on your character in like the little pouch thing or something. That would be awesome. You're just walking around, you got like squirrels and rabbits hanging on your character. Dude, like that would be something so easy, but also so immersive, and just it would just be cool. It would just add to the hunting experience and all that. And again, I can get super in depth with like the immersive aspect. Like imagine like there's like a super remote part up in the mountains that you have to take like an ATV up there or something. You got to take food, you got to take extra gas, you got to take like a tent, you got to take all of that. Like dude, that could get crazy, but it would be so fun. Like it would take like multiple in-game days, which is super realistic to take down like a massive moose, and then like you butcher it up in the mountains, you haul it back on your ATV, you have like a little trailer. Dude, that would be crazy. I need to relax because I feel like that's asking way too much for this game, but just like the survival aspect, if those can just combine. But I get it, this isn't like, that's in like Way of the Hunter Part 2 or not 2, but like Part 3 or 4. Even though I think this game is going to be pretty big, I feel like that's a lot to ask. But man, if they can combine like a realistic aspect with like survival, oh dude, with hunting, oh my god, that's like a dream game, man. But yeah, I could keep talking about this forever, but I want to get this video out because I'm very curious to see what you guys want in this game. And yeah, let me know what you think about my list. I'm very curious to see what you guys are going to say in the comments. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. And yeah, bye guys.